Parts of Nigeria in darkness as the nation's power grid collapses. Sydney records hottest night in November ahead of official summer commencement. 15 years after retirement, Mike Tyson comeback fight ends in draw. He can be changed by what happens to you, but refused to be reduced by it. Think of a story. A very good evening to you and thank you for joining us on our major news for today. I am Idowu Fabajo. We begin tonight with the wind of change currently blowing across Ogun State, which has finally blown to the side of the people of Ijebu, as some of the linking roads in the ancient towns that have been in a deplorable state over the years are now being rehabilitated by the current administration in the state. Benga Adekoya reports that asphalt laying of one side of the Ijari Junction, Ibadan-Imowo-Eleron Road, linking Ijebu Benin Express Road is also ongoing. We'll bring you details shortly. And now to the Ogun State House of Assembly, which on Wednesday, 2nd December 2020, hosted the State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for the presentation of the year 2021 Appropriation Bill. The 2021 Appropriation Bill, which would be the second since inception of the present administration in the state in May 29, 2019, was scheduled to hold at the Assembly Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta, at 10 in the morning. All invited stakeholders, guests, and other government functionaries are expected to be seated in line with COVID-19 protocol by 9:30 a.m., according to a statement by Clerk of the House, DG Adeyemo. All shortlisted participants in the 774,000 special work program of the federal government being implemented in the collaboration with the Ogun State government have been enjoined to report at their respective local government areas on Monday, 30th November 2020 to complete their document. This exercise would last for 3 days from Monday, 30th November to Wednesday, 2nd December 2020. By this message, all participants are being alerted that the special work program is expected to commence very soon. The justice system in every society is central to the maintenance of peace and progress as people get whatever they deserve for their actions. And the court's function is to adjudicate legal disputes between parties and carry out the administration of justice in accordance with the rule of law. Matthew Shomi in this special report takes a look at the contributions of courts to the dispensation of justice in the society. His report.
Human interactions sometimes result in conflicts, and a human society depends on the presence of some mechanism to resolve these conflicts. When an individual commits an offense or goes against the law, the court is the constitutionally established place where such an offender is expected to be taken to get justice. The court has, however, been faced over the years by some challenges which have been constitute hindrances in speedily dispensing justice and achieving the goals of societal justice.
There will be limited delay if all the stakeholders do what they have to do at the right time and at the appropriate time. If witnesses are coming to court regularly, if witnesses are available, if the prosecution assemble, its witnesses and ready to state the fact of the case, then the court will be willing to give its own verdict.
The court is working assiduously to ensure that justice is still being dispensed speedily. For instance, governments and the stakeholders matters be given a limited time.
People are just concentrating on judiciary, whereas The criminal justice system starts from when the suspect is being investigated. Are you getting me? So in this part of the world, our police, they are trying with little resources at their disposal. Our prison system is also the problem. The system, as it were, is not encouraging. We need to reform. We copy this legal system from somewhere, and they are moving, they are evolving. We need to evolve as well.
Alternative dispute resolution or multi-door courts is one of the initiatives by the stakeholders to reduce heavy burden on the justice system, which respondents believe has gone a long way in achieving the purpose.
Then again, we have to commend the stakeholders, particularly the chief judges of each of the states in Nigeria, for their recent innovations of creating multi-door courts.
Alternative dispute resolution is the main thing these days, particularly in civil matters. And that is why we give kudos to the judiciary in Ogun State. As I'm talking to you now, we have 3 functional, multi-door courthouse. What do they do in the multi-door courthouse is to settle disputes for parties.
And not only that, in our civil litigation as well, civil administration of justice, multi-door courts enacted, have been initiated by the Chief Justice of the State, and as well the small claims courts. So this is a very good development.
As the society evolves, creating new challenges in the justice system, the court must also devise a new way of justice to catch up with the trend. Matthew Show, Ogtv News.
Revitalization has become a subject of intense on economy, political and academic discourse, which is believed to possess the capability of opening ways for improved investments that would create new jobs and raise more income for government, firms and individuals. In this special report, Moyolua Ajayi examines the impact of privatization on the economy and development of Nigeria.
Market globalization powered by knowledge-based technology brought about key position among many countries and regions of the world. It is, however, becoming clearer by the day that government of many nations could not alone cope with the challenges of globalization. Therefore, new economic reforms like privatization are emerging.
Regulation is when we decide to take some burden away from the government and allow the private sector to be part of activities, especially companies that is under the control of the state or the government.
Privatization can be used to broaden share ownership and therefore build a constituency of independent operations.
Government is going to divest itself from all these public enterprises. And if government should divest itself from all the public enterprises, like for example, we have the issue of the NITEL, we have the issue of the railway of the olden days, and we even have the issue of the electricity, which distribution has been just sold to some people. So it means that government is going to give up their responsibilities in those areas, meaning that the capital that is being used to fund those enterprises can now be diverted into other core sectors of the economy.
If you look at the privatization of government enterprises or privatization of public organization, I can say it is something that is good. First and foremost, there is this saying that government has no business in doing business. Government is to be the regulator for the private sector.
Privatization has been engulfed with complex problems, with each country having its own solution.
Even there is participation of the private sector in that industry, the interest of the national interest in that particular position must still be protected.
From the inception, when government is taking decision to privatize a company, the people at the Hems of Affairs must make sure that we get it right by putting a round peg in a round hole.
Government should put in place certain things before it can be done. And then the issue of corruption, like I've said earlier, the issue of not doing things in accordance with best practices must be done away with. And most importantly, the issue of providing electricity and other enabling environments for these enterprises to operate as private enterprises must also be addressed.
According to respondents, privatization will actually improve economic efficiency, while the growth depends largely upon the net benefit of public ownership and private ownership.
The All Progressives Congress candidates fielded in 18 local government areas of Borno State were unopposed as the state recently held the first local government elections in 12 years. The chairman of the Borno State Independent Electoral Commission, Abdul Usman, confirmed this. Usman said 6 parties fielded candidates for chairmanship and other position in the election in 9 local governments, and the election were held for affirmation. Governor Babagana Zulum voted in his hometown, Mafa local government area, after which he addressed the local people, assuring them of the government's commitment to developmental projects. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed grief over the killing of over 40 farmers on rice fields at Zambamari, Jerry local government area of Borno State. Buhari described the insurgents' action as senseless. The president's position on the killing was contained in a statement by senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garuba Shehu. Buhari condemns as insane Boko Haram in Borno State. It was reported that the killing by the Boko Haram happened on Saturday in Kwashebe village, Jerry local government area of Borno State. The nation's power grid has collapsed again, plunging parts of the country into a total blackout for hours on Sunday. 2 of the power distribution companies in the country, Kaduna Electric and Eko Electricity Distribution Company, announced the national grid collapse on Sunday afternoon. The grid, which is being managed by government-owned transmission company of Nigeria, has continued to suffer system collapse over the years amid lack of span and reserve that is meant to forestall such occurrences. The annual Ogun State Television Father Christmas show for 2020, tagged Ogtv Father Christmas, will be declared open on Tuesday, 1st December 2020 at the premises, Kilometer 9, Ajeba Road, by 12 p.m. In a statement released by the chairman 2020 for the Christmas Committee, Mrs. Folake Aderibigbe, stated that the event will be declared open by the wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun. Other guests expected at the event includes Chief Olatunde Abudu, Pastor Lawrence Achudume. According to the 2020 for the Christmas Committee chairman, Mrs. Folake Aderibigbe, Agura of Bagura, Oba Sabur Bakri, and Olu of Itori, Oba Abdul Fatai Akoride Akamo, are expected to be the royal fathers of the day, while the matron, Chief Mrs. Alaba Lawson, and the patron, Sir Kasintin Adebukola Adebutu, Chairman Ogtv Board of Directors, Comrade Oladunjoyi, will equally be in attendance. We take a quick break now and we'll come back with more news and reports. Do stay with us. Thanks for staying tuned. And now to some security matters. Men of the Ogun State Police Command arrested 5 members of a robbery syndicate who robbed members of Christ Apostolic Church situated at Lagmore area of Wasimi in Iwekuru local government area of the state. The suspects, Abubakar Ibrahim, 38, Sulaiman Yusuf, 32, Ismail Yusuf, 20, Umar Aliyu, 26, and Yunusa Musa were arrested following the distress call made by one Obishe Sheye, the shepherd in charge of the church, that while vigil was going on in the church at about 1:30 a.m., 6 men who were armed with dangerous weapons invaded the church and attacked the church members. According to a statement made available by the Police Public Relations State Police Command DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, these hoodlums beat some members of the church to stupor before dispossessing them of their valuables. The hoodlums also abducted one Mrs. Mojisola Atolagbe while leaving the church. Upon the distress call, police attached to Iwekuru Division swiftly moved to the scene, combed the forest where the hoodlums escaped to thoroughly, and their efforts paid off when 5 amongst the gang were apprehended in the bush. The victim of the attack has identified all the arrested suspects, while the 6th one is being hunted for. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, CP Edward Ajogun, has ordered the immediate transfer of the suspects to the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for discreet investigation. Any marriage built on the solid foundation of any situation of life, therefore, the place of prayer which connects human with Christ is very important in any marriage. The First Lady and wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, made this submission at the solemnization of holy matrimony between Onyekosola Athonia and Olumide Nicholas Owen at Our Lady Seat of Wisdom Catholic Church, Alowonle Adigbe, Abeokuta. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
The day they have been waiting for is finally here, and the 2 families of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investments, Oluola Aikulola and Oloyede, are filled with joy as they become one with the joining together of their daughter, Onyekosola Antonia, with her heartthrob, Olumide Nicholas Owen, to become husband and wife. The First Lady and wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, charged the couple to always remember the day they were joined together and all they have been told as they work to make success out of their union.
Nice to see you exchange your vows, and I pray that the joy that we all witness here today will continue to be with you as you grow stronger in love for one another and understanding of one another in the mighty name of Jesus.
Reverend Father Godwin Akpohu said the degree of success of their union will depend on how they involve God and are connected to their Creator in prayer.
The woman is a better grant. They have the capacity to produce seeds. If you're able to sow the seed in the woman, she's able to.
After being formally joined as husband and wife, the couple signed the dotted line and were presented the marriage certificate as witnessed by the family members in the presence of the congregation. The families were then joined Alhaji Shuaib Salisu, commissioners, permanent secretaries, and others for a colorful wedding reception at DLK Event Center. Provost of the College of Health Technology, Ilese, Dr. Abiodun Oladunjoye, is the chairman of the reception.
Everything we want to do unto the Lord in prayers. That's an example that our Lord Jesus started with prayer and he ended in prayer. So
some of the dignitaries present have this message for the couple.
The lovers of the situated within some greater background, and that's fear of God. And for them to regard each other first and foremost as friends, and then as husband and wife.
And they should realize that love is the greatest of God's gifts. They should love each other no matter what.
The bride's father, permanent secretary, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Mr. Oluola Aikulola, and the groom's mother have this for the couple.
I will need them to be patient with each other and loyal, to be very, very prayerful.
Cake, they express their joy with their dance step. Matthew, show me. Ogtv News.
It was a joyous moment to several as families of Babalola and Olayemi became one to witness the holy celebration of children, Oluwa Damilola and Oluwa Sheung, as they begin a blissful marital sojourn. The Redeemed Christian Church of God, Divine Visitation Sanctuary, OTA, Ogun State, provided the platform for the holy matrimony. Details now.
In fulfillment of God's word, Oluwa Sheung has decided to leave his parents and therefore bequeathed Lola as husband and wife.
As from today, I accept you, brother Oluwa Sheung, as my husband to have and to hold, for better, for worse.
To every father, the joy is to give his daughter's hand in marriage to a soulmate, and this aptly captured the mood of the Ogun State Director of National Orientation Agency, Mr. Shola Babalola. He was not alone in this, as his friends and associates supported him in the process, just as the groom's family could not hide their feelings. Having gone through the ordained marital procedure, Oluwa Damilola and Oluwa Sheung were then pronounced husband and wife to the delight of all present.
Mr. and Mrs. Olayemi, congratulations. We have to make sure that the celebration of love must continue every day.
And now it was time to tie the knot by the couple with the signing of the marriage register amidst praise and thanksgiving, while a certificate signifying their oneness was thereafter presented to the newest couple in the globe. As the couple sails on in the journey of procreation, they both expressed their feelings as it is marvelous in God's sight.
I can't even explain. So much joy in my
The day I've been looking for actually turned out to be a wonderful day as well, and I'm happy I'm giving the bride today.
Done with the first phase, the couple, bridal train, parents and well-wishers moved to a beautiful decorated reception hall where they were further admonished on the essence of their union.
What I want you to do is defend.
Both families could not hold back their joy.
I feel happy. This is one of the celebrations that we always wish to do in life.
Marriage is a union ordained by God, and every man is expected to key into it. Idowu, Fabajo.
Away from the shores of the country now, Sydney has reported its hottest November night on record, with the official start of summer still days away. The city recorded a minimum overnight temperature of 25.4 and then 8.40 during the daytime on Sunday. Dozens of bushfires are already burning in New South Wales, with hotter weather predicted on Tuesday. The states of Victoria and South Australia also reported soaring heat over the weekend. And now into the world of sport, Mike Tyson's return to boxing at age 54 ended in a draw with 51-year-old Roy Jones Jr. on Saturday in an 8-round former heavyweight champions. 15 years after retiring with a 2005 loss to journeyman Kelvin McBird, Tyson made his comeback at Staples Center in Los Angeles without spectators in a pay-per-view match-up that roused curiosity and nostalgia.
Been waiting for one of the most anticipated matchups in the history of boxing. Two of the greatest of all time right there.
We good. Made him miss. Trying to make him pay.
Israel Adesanya and the one and only, the dog father of OG Snoop Dogg, and look at this! Get out of there! Get out of that goddamn corner! Put on a stool nearly 3 years after Roy Jones Jr. extended his win streak to 4 years.
Tyson, what do you think of that?
Okay, I'm good with that.
You think you won the fight?
Yeah, but I'm good with a draw.
Why?
Because I entertained the crowd. The crowd was happy with it.
We'll be back to you in a second. You happy with this draw?
Hell no, I ain't never satisfied with a draw. I wear draws. I don't do draws. I like it. But the dude is so strong, man. And I understand why they say some things are bucket list. Because when he hits you, if it's his head, his punches, his body shots, don't matter. Everything hurts. So
let's quickly take a look at the weather forecast for Monday. And just to wrap up the news this hour, you can be changed by what happens to you, but refuse to be reduced by it. And let's quickly remind you that you can follow us on our social media platforms for more news and update. We're on Apple, Roku, Windows, BlackBerry, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch us live on our website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And that's it on our major news for today. Many thanks to you for joining us. I am Idowu. Fabajo. Have a wonderful night. Bye.